gun sales soaring as 5 million first-time buyers, many minorities, many women rush to arm themselves. This according to the National Shooting Sports Foundation. 58% of gun purchases this year coming from African Americans, with women making up 40% of the first-time gun buyers. Here to react is attorney and gun activist himself, Colion Noir. Colion, what is your reaction to these numbers? I know there's a gun store one town away from me. The line did not go down in the beginning of the pandemic for at least 3 weeks.
Yeah, none of this should surprise anyone, to be honest. When you look at what's happened in 2020, the chaos in 2020 has literally exposed the limitation of the government's ability to keep people safe, and people are realizing that. And so what they're doing is they're taking their safety into their own hands. But then take that one step further, people are starting to realize the level of tolerance that a lot of these leaders in these cities have for violence if they feel that it's to their advantage politically. So they're also realizing that their leadership really doesn't too much care about their safety if it's not an advantage to them on a political level. So they're saying, you know what, I'm largely on my own. So I'm going to go out and do what I need to do in order to protect myself. And unfortunately, a lot of the violence and rioting that's going on are happening in black communities or near black communities. And a lot of these people are black women. And so as a result, they're seeing groups of people on the extreme far left take advantage of what they may be protesting for and then using that to enact violence in their city. So then they're saying to themselves also, well, no, I'm not dumb. I see what's going on and I see how I'm being played for like a pawn. So I'm going to go out and buy a firearm to protect myself, since none of the leadership in the city are willing to do anything to stop this violence.
So listen, I don't think there's anybody's going to challenge anything that you said, but I want to factor something else in. The man who's been winning in a lot of these polls is Joe Biden. Even though the polls are closing rapidly. And the person he says is going to be in charge of his gun policy is a guy, Beto O'Rourke, who basically says, I want to take your guns away. Do you think that plays a role, too?
I think it plays a huge role. I think, like I said before, the American people are not stupid, especially when you have somebody like Beto, who actually got on stage and said that we're going to take your guns. For the longest time, the anti-gun politicians have been telling us no one's trying to take your guns. Beto got up there and actually said it, and then said it over again. And so to take this individual and make him in charge of your gun control policy tells us everything we need to know. And as a result, we're saying to ourselves, you know what? No, we're not going to have it. We're going to keep our Second Amendment rights. We're going to go out and buy as many guns as we can because that is our right. And we're not going to trust in you to keep us safe because you've demonstrated that you're not willing to do that.
We got about 30 seconds left, but when you're a first-time buyer, you should really factor in some shooting lessons, don't you think?
Absolutely. I think it's irresponsible for anybody to go out and buy a gun for the first time and not learn about the firearm, not go out and take lessons that are at your disposal, because at the end of the day, we all want to be safe. We all want to be responsible gun owners. I may not like the idea of mandating training, but I do think it's absolutely imperative that anybody who goes out and buys a gun for the first time, go out and get training. Trust me, it is to your benefit.
You know how frightening it is to think about what happens in the moments and even days after you've had to use your gun in self-defense? When you first start carrying a gun for protection, it can be scary thinking about the psychological effects, potential jail time, and the court costs associated with the self-defense shooting. I've been there myself, hoping I never have to go through it, which is why I use concealed carry insurance with USCCA. As a USCCA member, you can mitigate, if not completely eliminate, the stress and financial burden of the legal battle you may face after a self-defense shooting. If you want to learn more, click the link in the description where I did a full review of this concealed carry insurance. However, there is a second link in the description where USCCA offers a 365-day money-back guarantee, which lets you try it out for a whole year. And if you don't like it, get all your money back. And to help further spread our two-way message, don't forget to like, share, comment, and hit the bell and subscribe button. Also, if you're wondering where to purchase your AR-15s are essential, I will not comply. I am the militia. I lost all my guns in a boating accident. And your state-specific Keep America tactical shirt, click the link next to my head or the link in the description section. Or if you're watching this on a mobile device, tap the small triangle on the lower right-hand side of this video and click the link in the description.